At the press conferences of both Ancelotti and Simeone. Let's start with Ancelotti. Must have been disappointed, Alex.
Yes, but he was trying to put a brave face on it. Really, he was trying to say, look, let's stay calm. We're still top of the table. We've still got this lead over Girona. And he kept talking about this big opportunity they've got next weekend against Girona here at the Bernabeu. But of course, it's hard to avoid the fact that, yes, they could have been going into that game 4 points clear of Girona at the top of the table and not just the 2 points. If you can face Girona, your biggest title rivals, with a 4-point margin, knowing that even if Girona pull off a win here, you're still top of the table, that's massive. As it is, that's not the case. It's just a 2-point lead over Girona after that late draw. And like I said, Ancelotti trying as best he could to say, look, don't worry, stay calm, lots of positives. Yes, we conceded, but the team played well. He said, look, we score a lot of late goals, we have a lot of comebacks, so if it happens against us once in a while, we can't complain too much.
How much, meanwhile, was people questioning Simeone's tactics going into this, given the vulnerability of Real Madrid and the injuries? Was there any sort of a sense of a missed opportunity?
Yeah, Atletico a little bit disappointing, I think, and Simeone actually echoed that in his press conference. He described it as a strange game, a game in which neither team was really at their best. He was happy enough. He said, look, if you get a point away from home on the road, especially at a place like this, it's no bad thing. But he admitted that Atletico weren't great. He said it was a weird one because Real Madrid dominated maybe a lot of the possession. Atletico had 1 or 2 good chances, but overall Real Madrid were on top and led obviously for most of the game as well. So yeah, Simeone admitting it was a peculiar game, and it certainly didn't live up to some of the other derbies we've seen earlier this season when these two teams have met.
Alex, did Ancelotti touch on any of the injuries? Obviously, he said all week that Rudiger would be fine. Clearly not. Vinicius Jr. getting injured in the warm-up. Did he touch on those at all?
Yeah, he did. He said, look, hopefully we'll have Antonio Rudiger back for that Girona game next weekend. He talked about this kind of emergency situation in defence, which saw today Dani Carvajal drafted into centre-back. He said, look, that's a one-off because Rudiger should be back. Rudiger was trying. He was trying to make it back for today. He still wasn't quite right, had some discomfort, but he should be fine for next weekend. And Simeone will be back from suspension as well. So that emergency at the back should be resolved by the time that Girona are here next weekend. As for Vinicius, he said, yes, look, he had this discomfort, this back problem. He felt it in the warm-up, and he wasn't able to start. And they went for Brahim Diaz over Joselu from the start because Brahim meant they didn't have to change their defensive setup too much, swapping him in for Vinicius. That turned out to be a great call, of course, with Brahim scoring the opening goal, and we heard from him in the mixed zone there. Another really good performance from Brahim Diaz, probably the man of the match. But Vinicius, we're not sure if this back problem is just a one-off. We're told he felt it over the last few days. I don't think it's expected to be something that would keep him out long-term, and maybe not even for next week. But certainly the defence should be a lot stronger next weekend. And thank goodness, because you saw the Real Madrid defending for that late equaliser, the way that Nacho and Carvajal were all over the place for Llorente's header. And you want the likes of Antonio Rudiger back in there as soon as possible.
Good man, Alex. Thank you very much. For Atletico Madrid, their attention turns from the league to the Copa del Rey this week as they take on Athletic Club. Should be a cracking couple of legs there. And before that, it's Mallorca against Real Sociedad. Those games live on ESPN+.